Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a very intense protein treatment that will help you to keep your hair super nice and strong without drying it out, and also will help you to grow your hair super long and healthy and thick. So if you're interested, please make sure you watch the video and watch until the end. To begin with, you are going to need some oats. So these are just regular oats that I get from my grocery store. So I added just a little bit of that. You can add as much or as little as you need depending on the amount of hair that you have, and also if you're batch making, so just use the quantity that you think will be sufficient for your hair. I usually just eyeball it and it always comes out perfect. So I added some water, brought the whole thing to the boil, and when it got soft and it wasn't too thick, I took it off the stove, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it while it's still hot. Now you can let this cool down, but the thing is, when it cools down, it's going to thicken, so you may need to add a bit more water before blending, just so that it's a little bit easier. But I would recommend definitely that you let it cool down, because it's a lot harder to strain while it's hot. But I needed to use this as soon as possible, so I just didn't have time to wait for it to cool down. As I was making the conditioner, it was cooling down anyways, which was fine. So you want to blend it and then pop it on a wig cap and just allow it to strain. Now make sure that your wig cap is actually strong, just because it has a tendency of leaking, and that's what happened in this first instance. And I just decided to strain it for the second time, just so I could remove literally all of the pulp, or as much of it as I could. Now it's important you don't skip the process, just because you will end up with lots of white things in your hair, and it's going to be a lot harder to remove. The second time you strain, it will be a lot easier, because most of the pulp has been taken out anyways. So once it's been strained, you're now going to go ahead and add in a whole egg. So that includes the egg white as well as the yolk. Now eggs is very high in protein, but also high in fat. So the yolk contains lots of fats, and also great nutrients that help to keep your scalp nice and healthy. It keeps your scalp away from dandruff, and the white contains protein, and that's what helps to strengthen your hair. So I mixed that together, and then I added a little bit of a short bolt conditioner. To be honest, this is completely optional, but I chose to have this just because if you've used eggs in your hair before, guys, you will know that it has a really terrible smell. So this conditioner smells so good, and I used it mainly to mask the smell of the conditioner. So I ended up adding quite a good amount of it to completely dilute the smell of the eggs, and I feel like it did a pretty good job. Or if you don't want to add a cheap showboat conditioner, you can use essential oils or fragrance oil if you have it available. I also added a bit of avocado oil, which is also very good for your scalp health, and also it helps to make your hair nice and silky, and helps to keep the moisture in it. So I combined the whole thing, and that's it. The conditioner was nice and ready. It is super simple and so quick to make, but it's so good for your hair. Now I'm going to show you how I'm applying it. Before you apply it to your hair, guys, I would most definitely recommend that you do a protein test or a patch test, just to make sure that your hair is actually okay with it. So I would say take a small section of your hair, preferably the back, and then apply a little bit of that, let it sit, and then rinse it off, and then let your hair completely dry. So you can actually see what the hair feels like, because sometimes when the hair is wet, it seems to be a little bit softer because it's got still got a good amount of moisture in it. So you need to see how your hair feels once it's dry. Now protein overload can actually cause more hair breakage than good, so you want to make sure that you're not sensitive to protein, or you're not applying too much protein, because that's going to cause your hair to break. The way to know that is your hair is going to be super dry, very brittle, and essentially when you try to comb it, it's going to break. When you try to moisturize it, it's not going to take in the moisture. So please do a patch test just to make sure it's okay for your hair before you use it. Now my hair actually needed a protein treatment. Now I don't know how often you guys do protein treatments. I haven't done one like this in such a long time, and I felt like my hair was getting a little bit drier, not because it had too much protein or something, but just because it just needed a little bit of oomph to it basically. And I just felt like, yeah, it needed a protein treatment, and clearly my hair needed that, because honestly my hair felt so good after I applied this treatment. Now you want to apply it to clean hair, so my hair was washed, not conditioned, and I just used this as a protein treatment slash deep conditioning treatment, which is what I usually do in my routine when I'm washing my hair. So I will always follow through with a DIY deep conditioning treatment that I make. Sometimes it has protein in it, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it has more amount of protein, like this one for example, and then other times it has less. So it just really depends on what my hair needs, and also what I've got available. So I would say listen to your hair, and then obviously give it what it needs. If it's just moisture, give it a really good deep conditioning treatment, and then you will have all the moisture that will be so long lasting. I particularly love oats on my hair because of just how moisturizing it is, but also how silky it makes my hair feel, and how easy my hair is to detangle afterwards. So I absolutely love it. So you can even make this treatment without the egg if you're not looking to make a protein treatment. It works just as good on your hair, and it works very well with all hair types. So try it out. Look at how defined my curls were looking. Like honestly, my curls were popping. The moment this conditioner touches your hair, guys, it feels super soft. It's very literally your fingers can just run through. It's such a great thing to put on your hair. But like I said, make sure you use some kind of fragrance, because yeah, egg has a really strong smell. So once I've applied it to a section, I will just twist that section, do a bantu knot so that it doesn't dry out as I work on the next section, and I'm going to repeat it until the rest of my hair is completely done. Now, how often do you guys do protein treatments? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Do you even do protein treatments at all? Or if you do, how often do you do it in a month? Is it once every month, or once every 2 to 3 months? For me, before I used to actually do protein treatments once every 2 to 3 months, but now I actually just listen to my hair. So when I find that it's just dry, it's breaking a lot, it's not really, it's a bit dull, like it's losing a little bit of its elasticity, I just know it needs protein, so I would just do a protein treatment then. But yeah, now I just sort of go with the flow. But if you have a set routine that works for you, please share it in the comment section as well, because somebody else might actually benefit from it. So I would normally apply this to my hair, and then I will let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hair off with just warm water. So because I've already shampooed my hair, I'm not going to add any more shampoo. I will just basically just rinse it off, and just carry on styling my hair as I would normally. So this treatment could be used, like I said, without the egg, and you can make it into a deep conditioning treatment, which you can use once a week. But if you put in eggs, obviously you don't want to be putting protein on your hair every single week, because you will most definitely end up with protein overload. So you can really modify this treatment based on what you're trying to achieve, and also yeah, just listen to your hair in general. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I will most definitely have a read, and I will answer as soon as I can. And also guys, please, I would appreciate it if you could like the video, especially if you find it helpful, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not. I would really appreciate you guys for doing that. And also I want to say a huge thank you if you're a returning subscriber and you've been supporting me. I really do appreciate it, so thank you so much. This is what my hair looks like after I've rinsed it off with just warm water, guys. So you can see the hair is very soft, very dark, doesn't feel stiff or anything like that. So definitely no protein overload here, or anything really. So it looks really good. So give it a go and let me know what you think. And like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.